Member Abdel, Member Holman.
Present. You all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. For this regular meeting tonight, we'll now move on to new business. Could I please have the first reading of Bill 3609 by title only?
The first reading of Bill 3609 by title only, an ordinance of the City of Raymore, Missouri, declaring the results of the April 6, 2021 election and declaring this bill as an emergency.
Thank you. Could I have a staff report?
Thank you, sir. I would ask Ms. Hill to make a staff report on this item.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, Mayor and Council. As outlined in Section 9.3 of the Raymore Charter, the Council shall declare the results of any municipal election at the next regularly scheduled council meeting. A municipal election was held on April 6, 2021 for council members from each of the city's 4 wards and the use tax issue question. The ballot count included in Bill 3609 at the time of release of the agenda and council packet are the unofficial results. The official statement of certification of the results has been distributed to you all this evening. In order to promote efficiency, Bill 3609 is presented as an emergency reading. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions of the clerk? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I move that we approve Bill 3609, declaring April 6, 2021 election results and at the emergency reading.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Yes, sir. I'll second the motion.
Thank you. There's been a motion and a second to approve the first reading of Bill 3609. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion? Motion carries unanimously, 8-0. Since this is an emergency reading and we are going to have the officers sworn in this evening, I would request a reading of the second reading of Bill 3609.
The second reading of Bill 3609 in its entirety, an ordinance of the City of Raymore, Missouri, declaring the results of the April 6, 2021 election and declaring this bill as an emergency. Whereas a general municipal election was held on April 6, 2021, and whereas Section 9.3 of the Raymore City Charter calls for the council to declare the election results at the next regularly scheduled council meeting following the election, now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the City of Raymore, Missouri as follows. Section 1, it is hereby found and determined by a canvass of the votes of the City Council of the City of Raymore, Missouri at the election held on April 6, 2021, in conformity with the Comprehensive Election Act of 1977, revised statutes of Missouri, the provisions of the Charter and ordinances of the City of Raymore as follows. Council member from Ward 1, 2-year term. Candidate Dale Jacobson, total votes received 393. Candidate Shanita Candidas Mirador, total votes received 197. The City Council does find that Dale Jacobson is the candidate for Council Member Ward 1 who received the highest number of votes and shall hold the office for a 2-year term until a successor is duly elected or appointed and qualified according to law. Council member from Ward 2, 2-year term. Candidate Joe Sarsfield, total votes received 228. Candidate Joseph W. Burke III, total votes received 396. The City Council does find that Joseph W. Burke III is the candidate for council member from Ward 2 who received the highest number of votes and shall hold the office for a 2-year term until a successor is duly elected or appointed and qualified according to law. Council member from Ward 3, 2-year term. Candidate Kevin Barber, total votes received 551. The City Council does find that Kevin Barber for a 2-year term until a successor is duly elected or appointed and qualified according to law. Council member from Ward 4, 2-year term. Candidate John Berenson, total votes received 492. The City Council does find that John Berenson is the candidate for council member from Ward 4 who received the highest number of votes and shall hold the office for a 2-year term until a successor is duly elected or appointed and qualified according to law. Question: shall the City of Raymore, Missouri impose a local use tax at the same rate as the total local sales tax rate, currently 2.50%, provided that if the local sales tax rate is reduced or raised by voter approval, the local use tax rate shall also be reduced or raised by the same action? A use tax return shall not be required to be filed by persons whose purchases from out-of-state vendors do not in total exceed $2,000 in any calendar year. Answer, yes. Total votes received, 993. Answer, no. Total votes received, 1,738. The City Council does find that the use tax issue question was not approved by the voters of the City of Raymore. Section 2, it is further found, declared, and determined that the notice of said election was duly given and published in the manner provided by law, and that said election was held and conducted in all respects in conformity with the Constitution and laws of the State of Missouri governing elections and subject to the provisions for charter cities. Section 3, severability. In any section, subsection, sentence, clause, phrase, or portion of this ordinance is for any reason held invalid or unconstitutional by any court of competent jurisdiction, such portion shall be deemed a separate, distinct, and independent provision, and such holding shall not affect the validity of the remaining portions thereof. Section 4, emergency reading. This bill is declared and authorized as an emergency and will be read in its entirety to promote the administration of government and permit the newly elected officials to begin their terms. Section 5, effective date. The effective date of approval of this ordinance shall be coincidental with the mayor's signature and attestation by the city clerk. Duly read this first time, this 12th day of April 2021. Be it remembered that the above ordinance was approved and adopted this 12th day of April 2021 by the following vote.
Thank you. If there are no questions, I'd entertain a motion to dispose of this item.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes,
I
Mr.
move that
Townsend.
I move that we approve the second reading of Bill 3609, declaring April 6, 2021 election results.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Yes, sir, I'll second the motion.
Thank you. The motion's been made and seconded to approve the second reading of Bill 3609. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion? Motion carries unanimously, 8-0. Thank you. We now move on to that portion of business for the oath of office. Ms. Hill? By the way, we tethered that pen to the podium because we knew the council members would be handling it. So we don't want to walk off with it. Need your signature. Make it official.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your
Congratulations to everyone, and we'll go ahead and I would entertain a motion for adjournment from the regular meeting.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Townsend.
I move that we adjourn from the regular meeting.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Yes, sir. I'll second the motion.
Thank you. The motion's been made and seconded to adjourn from the April 12th regular meeting of the City Council. Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion? Motion carries unanimously, 8-0. We are adjourned from the Raymore City Council regular meeting. If you give us a few minutes, we're going to make change on your screen there to the special session.